Will using a simpler real estate ad actually make you more money? I believe the answer is yes. So, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact ad that's brought me more motivated seller leads and deals than anything else I've tested in the past 15 years. And here's why you're going to really like it. It's less work, clients convert way faster. We're talking 50% within 7 days of reaching out. And you don't need to be a tech wizard or marketing genius to make this work. Now, first, before I show you the ad, we need to talk about the old way most agents run Facebook ads, because this is what's killing your results before you even get started. So, the old way, run a generic "what's your home worth" ad, sending people to a website that looks like it was built in 2009 and crossing your fingers and hoping they'll fill out the form. Then you follow up with cold texts like, "Hey, just checking in, how's your house value going?" You wait days, sometimes weeks, for people to respond. Most of the time, never, right? They're not motivated. They're not ready. You're basically paying to have your time wasted. And the worst part, everybody's running the same ad. So by the time your lead even opens your email, they've already filled out 3 other forms from other agents who are saying the exact same things, likely the same exact number. But here's the truth no one tells you. Sellers don't want a home evaluation, okay? They want a solution to their problem. They want options, speed, clarity. They want a way out. So what if you offered them a real solution? Well, that's what we did, and it changed everything for us. That's when the leads got better, the conversions got faster, and suddenly we had sellers literally asking us to meet within hours. So let me show you exactly how that works. So what you're seeing here are leads that are in our CRM today that have reached out to us wanting to sell their house. And you're seeing we're getting multiple leads in a day, many a week, many even more a month, and we're converting these into deals. So much so that I went and tracked the last 30 plus transactions that I've done, and 50% of them close in under 7 days, 25% of them close within a couple of months, and then we only have 25% that are kind of stragglers, as you can see here, that take up to a year to convert. So what do we actually do and say in this ad to get these sorts of results and to get sellers to click? Well, we stop talking like real estate agents, just going to be honest with you, okay? There are 4 million real estate agents in this country, and everybody knows like 4, okay? Instead, we speak directly to the seller's pain. Because when someone's thinking about selling, it's never just about the price, right? It's about the divorce, the debt, the property they inherited that they don't even want, the house that they can't afford to fix up, the job they just got across the country. So we run a video ad, and here is exactly what it says. It says, "Need to sell your home fast? We'll give you a real cash offer, highest price guaranteed. No showings, no repairs, no inspections, no appraisals. Close in as little as 7 days." And that is it. It's direct, it's simple, and it's 100% seller focused, not agent focused. And guess what? It works because it actually solves their problems. That's the problem they're looking to solve. Now, we do turn 95% of these leads into listings, and I'm going to show you how in a moment. So hang tight if you're saying, "Well, I'm not a cash buyer, so this isn't for me." Hang on, because I am a listing agent primarily in my business, okay? But if you're not even in the conversation to begin with people who need to sell, you're not even able to step up to the plate to see if you can hit the ball. You're literally not even playing the same game as us, okay? So most homeowners don't want a home evaluation. They want a way out. And when your ad sounds like a lifeline instead of a listing pitch, they fill out the form. Now, we run this ad to a 20-mile radius around our city, Denver. The video is about 30 seconds to a minute, and our budget, depending on the time of year, we'll spend anywhere from $20 to $100 a day, depending on what size market you're in. Different budgets are needed. Now, we close 1 out of every 23 of these leads consistently, and we have for years, and it's worth it, right? But here's the thing. It's not the ad alone that closes the deals. It's what you do with those leads next. And here's where most agents are completely dropping the ball, okay? So now that the leads are rolling in, here's exactly how we're going to convert them into closings. And it's a pretty simple 4-step process. Don't overthink this. Step 1 is reach out immediately. And all you're going to say is, "Hey, Joe, this is Alex with your company name here. Talk to me. I'm looking at your property right now online. What's going on? What can I best do to help?" That's it. Don't be fancy. Don't be creative. Just open up the door to communication and shut up. Let them talk. Step 2, let them know that we can solve their problems, okay? Whether that's probate, divorce, foreclosure, whatever it is. You're hoping in step 1, they're going to spill the beans. Now, if you get that person who's like, well, you said you'd give me a cash offer, so what is it? You don't have a serious seller, right? I know this from experience, do this for 15 years. That person is talking to 20 other people. They want as much as humanly possible, likely 100 to 200 grand above what is reality, and they don't want to do any of the work. So I just go to them with a simple equation in that event and go, okay, looks like top of the market is 500. Our buy price is going to be 20% off of that. So we're looking at 400,000. Does that work for you? When can I swing by? They're going to say no. They always say no every single time, right? You want the person who is going to spill the beans and tell you what their worldly problems are. And this is when you're going to start gathering the information, because you're going to structure the deal differently depending on their situation, right? If it's a late stage foreclosure that's going to auction in a week or two, it's different than if it's a probate and they're not going to be able to cash out for 6 months anyways. Versus if it's a divorce situation and they have a court order that says they have to sell the house. Like, all of this information is going to allow you to pivot when you're there in person, which leads on to step 3. Once you get the information, all you want to do is get in front of them, right? If they're serious about selling their house, they will let you come over. And I always phrase it like this because people still don't want to put you out, even though you're a salesperson, right? And trying to get money off of them. And everybody knows you're trying to make money off of them. Don't let them fool you. But it's, hey, Joe, I actually have a meeting this afternoon at about 1. That's probably done around 1:30, 1:45. I can swing by after that, maybe 2 o'clock. Does that sound good? Don't put them out. Get them to agree in person, because once you get in front of them, that's when you have the 1 out of 3 chances of actually getting the deal closed. So step 4, this is where you're going to position yourself as a helper, as a consultant, okay? And this is really where you can shine as an agent with all of your competition, all right? Now, I will say that a lot of these leads that come in have very big life-changing events. We're talking foreclosure, loss of a job, loss of a loved one, probate. I mean, we deal with some pretty heavy situations. So if your personality is not to help people, you should not do this, and you should probably just leave the industry of real estate, okay? Because when things get a little sticky in the market, like they have been the last couple of years, these problems are exacerbated. And if you're not willing to jump through a lot of hoops, like this isn't your deal. This isn't your game. Get out of it. So we sit with these sellers and we go through their house and we look at all the information we would look at, and we frame it as, okay, you have a 2,000 square foot ranch, 1,000 square feet up, 1,000 square feet down. These 6 properties that have sold in the last 6 months all sold between 475 to 5.25, depending on condition, right? And we're showing them what the very top is. That's always where we start. Lots of people will fight us on this, but this is why we turn so many of these leads into listings and not cash purchases, okay? Listen closely here. Everybody wants top dollar with zero work. They want the best of both worlds, but we can't have it. So we phrase it as, okay, great, these all sold for $500,000. And then we start looking at them and you realize, dang, they've got new flooring and carpet and paint and a new kitchen and new bathrooms and new landscapings. And we go through the whole thing together and we go, all right, so to get $500,000, what do you think needs to happen to your house to get that much money? Oh, well, the carpet's 20 years old and it hasn't been painted in a decade, and it probably needs a new roof, and it probably needs a new kitchen, and that wall opened up, and a new bathroom, and God, the windows are like 50 years old, so it might need that too. After going through all this, which is no emotion whatsoever, they've already agreed that the range is maybe 475 to 5.25 if it looked like these other properties. And then we went through it together to say, hey, this is what it's actually going to take to bring your property up to this point. Now we go to them with a menu option, okay? It spits out 3 different numbers. I try to only approach them with 2. Maybe it's the cash offer, for this property, if it needed 50 to 75 grand worth of work, likely we're a buyer in the low to mid 300s, right? And that's where most cash buyers are going to be for a property in this scenario. Or we can list it maybe at 400,000 as is, and you're going to net 375, but it's going to take you another month or 2 to cash out, but you're going to make 25 to 50 grand more. Or option number 3, and this is where we truly stand out to be different than anybody else that they can talk to. We'll actually fix up your house. We pay for it. We get paid out of closing. It works really well. We make 50% more than the standard listing commission, and the sellers make more money as well. It just takes them a few more months to cash out. And if you want to see exactly how this system works, just get on my email list below and we'll show you exactly how. Now, what if you're not a cash buyer? Then find one. Become friends with the biggest wholesaler in your area and be a buyer's agent for them. But if I'm honest with you, we turn 95% of these leads into listings. How? Well, they're talking to 5 other cash buyers, giving them lowball numbers. I have the low number, but I also have a much, much higher number. And then I even have the highest number that they can possibly get with us offering to fix it up for them. But that's an extra couple of months, and it's an extra 50 to 100K in their pocket. So when you're weighing what works for you right now at 300 or cash out in a couple of months and you're going to net 400, which one will most sellers go with? And it's the obvious answer, right? But we go to these meetings with much more than just one option in our tool belt. And these options build trust and it removes emotion, and they pick the path that works for them and their goals, right? And that's how we're turning 95% of these into listings, because at the end of the day, sometimes it just makes more sense than going with the cash offers. And this whole process is how we're actually closing 2 to 4 deals a month with this one simple ad. But after being in this business over a decade and a half, there are some things that will accelerate your real estate career that I totally wish that I just knew sooner, which is why I made this video, which you should watch, and it'll speed up your income potential by years.